Peace of love, peace of love. This is the Poet-b.gkl, Brother GKL, that is Gold, King Life. And I welcome to you to a nice conversation with me and my sister, Toni Real. You know who Toni Real is. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, all right, I'll tell you. Real Queen. Was it what? Oh, you ain't hear me? Real Queen Reflections. So we're going to try to go ahead and get my sister in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Peace of love to you, family. We're going to try to get her in here today. You know what I'm saying? Try to get my sister in here so we can vibe out. Basically, man, I decided to do this live with my sister Toni Real, man, because her voice, the personality, her energy, it clears the room. And many things, a lot of poetry and writing has a whole different concept behind what people assume that it is. And like I said, well, poetry comes from in-depth part of the soul, and like we want to speak on the soul and emotional level. And I don't know soft stuff like everybody be thinking, but I'm talking about the writing and where it come from. The writing has a history. You understand what I'm saying? So as soon as we get the sister in the room, we're going to go ahead and vibe out. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to wait on the sister to come in. What's going on, family? I see y'all out there. So until the sister come in, I'm going to go ahead and just do my thing. Like I would say, man, dealing with this whole poetry manifestation, man, you got to kind of like put your mindset into your own personal family ship, your relationship, your heart endeavor. You kind of spill yourself into your own work, but you don't want to give too much of yourself. You want to be creative and kind of like make it difficult and complex by putting things that you may have been your endeavors, your downfalls, your places that you want to go, not short-term goals, but goals that are already goals. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing short about a goal. But understand what I'm saying is what it has to do with this writing thing is that to manifest this beautiful course of what we call writing manuscripts, writing books per se, you got to put a whole lot of yourself into it. And you can't be afraid of it. And like I say, like sister say, we all love writing. We all love writing. But at the end of the day, we all got to communicate with each other, even through our writing. You got all type of topics, all type of genres. People that like to be revolutionaries. People that like to do things where you got erotic, you got dirty erotic, you got the depressive, you got all type of forms of life. But anytime you want to get down and do your thing, just put all of it in you. Everything you got, put all of you in anything that you do. I got that from Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac say, anything that I do, I put all of me into it. Every single thing. So everything I do or collaborate with anybody, I always put my all into it as if I'm about to leave here tomorrow. But you know, like I say, I live to live. I never live to die, because after this is a whole other thing going on. So like I said, I don't want to ramble. We're going to try one more time to get sister in. Let me see. I see you, sister. I see you down there showing that love. I see you down there. We're going to go ahead and try to get the sister back in one more time and see where she at. See where she at. Somebody go ahead and bring her in. Toni Real, the Real Queen Reflections. We're going to bring the queen in here and see what she's talking about, bro. Okay. All right. But every other than that, the question is that how much are you willing to put yourself out to the world to get, just a big part of yourself. There's a mechanical thing when it comes to writing, and there's also a science, and people don't understand that how in depth that really is. Like every word that you write, every action, every rhythm, every sentence that you try to portray, you got to be careful on what you say. There's an entertainment side to this, and there is a giving side to this. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm trying to help people save themselves from what the world has turned out into. My job is not to be a hero. My job is to see and conglomerate with those who are willing to support, love, guide into this experience. This is all a deep experience, and what people don't understand, this is a waiting room. I mean, beyond what everybody believes is, beyond anything, we all don't know what's on the other side. So, man, put everything you got in yourself to go ahead and do it. The sister was unable to join. We trying to get her up in here, man. Everything is going, sis. I see you right there. I see you down there. We're gonna try to bring her in one more again. Just go ahead and bring yourself in and invite in. We got to cook this room. You feel me? But no, like I was saying, like you have to sit back and take time with your patience of what you write. Because no, like I said, nobody knows what's on the other side. We all wish to assume, rather it's conscious, spirituality, rather it's people talking about religious. At some point in time, you got to believe that you got to put everything you got inside your body, every single talent that you can manifest in your body and use every single last part of it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that comes in consciousness, spirituality, and that comes in a whole bunch of other different forms. If you don't use your talents, they will be taken away from you. And if you don't believe that, if you're not like basically if you're not advancing your craft and you're not using every part of, you can sing, do a little bit of singing in the shower or the bathroom, whatever. Don't lose your talents. Whatever you go how to do, whatever you good at, rather you draw, continue to hone in on that, as I would say. So we're gonna try one more time to get Sus in, you know what I mean? Try to see if she'll come in, because I know she keeps saying that she's trying to get up in here, but until we get up in here, all we can do is spew the positive vibes. So for those, so watch yourself. Watch you snuck up on me, like you stuck up on me now. And I don't call you no thief now.
Hey y'all.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? We got all these wonderful people in the room. Hey, 6 is a good number, rather they come in now. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Hey.
They hear in spirit. They not
All
here
right.
now. They'll be here later.
Okay.
They'll be here later.
Okay.
You was spending some fire over there though. Like,
Hey, sis. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. I was like, y'all know my sister, right? If you don't, I'm gonna give it to her. I want to, this is Toni Real, the queen, the real queen. Reflections, my soul sister, professional narrator, and many other things. But I don't want to speak for her. Go ahead and let you do your thing. Tell them who you is, sister.
listen, I'm everything that she was just saying resonated with me. That's why I was like, everything happens in the perfect timing, because it's just like everything you were saying is really why I'm here. Because I'm like, yo,
Okay.
I gotta use my talents. Like I gotta use my gifts. I
Most
gotta use
definitely.
however you want to word it. It's really everything that you just said. And one of the
Yeah.
things that brought me here was the fact that I ended up healing myself through my own
Right.
poetic words. Like through my own poetic expression, I was actually able to heal myself. I was able to heal my feelings.
Easy.
I was able to heal and understand and connect with how I was feeling. Because I
Most definitely.
wasn't really sure, to be honest. Like I think I kind of caught you moving through life so fast and it's just moving. A lot of times you don't get a chance to connect with how you feel. So for me, poetry was really life, like real rap, like not even on
Yeah.
no cliche stuff, but poetry was life for me because it was through my own voice, it was through my own writing, it was through my own expression that I was
Most
able to
definitely.
really connect back with myself. All the things that I thought I was losing, all the things that I thought I didn't find, I was searching for. Honestly, I found in writing, and I still find in writing. That's something
Right.
that I always encourage to everybody, no matter if you're poetic, like you said, you talking about singing. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like they all the same. It's expression. How can you express yourself, whether that be through singing, whether that be through drawing out art, whether that be through painting art, whether that be through just
Yeah.
speaking and whatever. You use all your God given senses, all your
Fact.
God given talent to become who you
But
are,
see,
quite
they
honestly.
forget that though. They forget the concept of using every part of you. Because at the end of the day, if your arm get cut off, the possibility that your body, have you ever heard of a phantom arm? If you lose your arm, your soul is still there. Your soul arm is still feeling that itch because your brain still feels that it's there. So at the end of the day, if you don't use everything, even if it get taken from you, if you're passionate about something, you will use your feet. You'll use anything else to portray that goal. But people forget that. You got to use everything that you got as if you about to leave here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like with this writing, we all love poetry. But at the end of the day, we know it's bigger. And it's like the writing. When you're born in this world, the first thing your parents want you to do is communicate. Rather it's tongue
Yeah.
dialect, rather it's another language, rather it's a body movement. We want you to talk. We want to be able to understand what's on your mind. So writing is very powerful. We are word conjurers in a positive way. So don't people take that as anything else. If you don't understand it, don't step
Right.
into it. So we are word conjurers.
I like that though. You know that. So I want to ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Where I want to go with this. What? How, okay. When did you know? When did you know that this was it? Like, what was that for you?
Have you ever seen somebody get picked on?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Me.
Like even myself picked on once, twice as a young cat, and you know what I'm saying, middle school to so forth or whatever. But that ended. But you said to the question, but when people talk about you and what they say about you, it hurt so bad to your inner core, but you can't understand. You basically can't explain why. It hurts eternally. So like, I gotta understand and be able to flip this. If you told me that and just said something to me without laying hands on me, I need to master these words. Words is very powerful. It's beyond just saying it's powerful. It's lethal. In a beautiful way or in the toxic ways. But it can be carnage as well. I mean,
So
what
when you got
about
picked
yourself?
on, when you got picked on,
Yeah.
for me, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you because I can't do nothing else but be honest.
Yeah.
I felt, I would say I felt bullied my whole life.
Easy.
Like I got bullied. I felt like I got bullied everywhere that I went. It felt like the
Mm-hmm.
more that I was becoming, the more that I was being just what I
Right.
felt to be, people would hate me for it. So it was real. It actually it forced me to go back in myself where
Yeah.
I lost myself, but I didn't lose myself here or here. I kind of lost myself in the world. So that's when I
Right.
start kind of getting caught up in the world. But it was for me so many times I went back away from writing. That's why I'm like,
Right.
so for me, when I knew this was it, to be honest, is when my life was starting. Like my child's father came to the house with a gun, and I'm like, whoa, wait, all
Right.
right, hold up. I know I had said like a long time ago that I didn't want to be here no more, but I
Nah.
changed my mind. Like, and it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Because I
Yeah.
sold my house, I sold my car, I quit my job. Like, I did everything that I could because I felt like my life was in danger. So I was actually at a point where I didn't have anything but my expression. It was me and myself
Right.
and my son. I didn't have anything aesthetically. I didn't have anything in the physical world that I could
Right.
understand or gravitate. It was nothing there. So it
So one of
forced
them
me
things was a
to,
pen. You use
huh?
that pen. You use that
Oh
pen.
yeah, I
That
did.
pen.
But at first, it was just meditative for me. That's why I
Yeah.
encourage all the people, my clients, the people that I coach and help one on one with their healing. I tell them you must write. I don't care if you write in I feel sad. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a start because that's where it started for me. And what happened was I literally kept writing. My spirit was like, keep writing. No, don't call. No, don't reach out. No,
Right.
don't vent. No, don't go to counseling. No, sit with yourself and write. And then when I
Right.
started to write and I recorded myself back to myself, honestly, it broke me but put me back together at the same
Right.
time because it wasn't
A
until then
process.
that it wasn't until then that I realized how hard I was hurting inside. And when I listen to it, I'll be like, dang. Like even to this day, I'll be like, dang. Because sometimes I think you were saying that too in the beginning. Like you don't even
Yeah.
know what life is going to bring your way
You
until
don't
you kind
know.
of in it.
You
And
don't
then
know.
you
I
just
mean,
like, how am I get out?
it's like it's almost in a way like why try to fear anything? Because at the end of the day, I mean, you may be nervous. It's okay to be nervous. You may be fearful at some point, but don't be fearful permanently. And a lot of people don't understand that, man. You can check out of here anytime, and they be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go outside. I'm gonna stay in the house. I'm gonna be safe." You can
Yo,
choke on popcorn. You can pass out, heat
child.
stroke. Any man, live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
even what you've been through, and I got many stories. You know, being on the street, you know,
yeah.
gang banging and different and so forth like that. There's a lot of things that I walked away from. So to hear your
Yes.
story, me being raised by powerful women and probably like 5% men, but more strong black women, not putting out no other
Yeah.
race of women, but I've been raised by strong black women. You know what I'm saying? Majority. And to hear you
Mm,
say that, you know what I'm saying? I hate to even hear anybody go through any type
yeah.
of abuse or even verbal abuse towards the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I appreciate every time that I hear somebody write something from any side because everybody got a story. So write like it's
Yes.
your last story to tell because you can
That's
help
what I
somebody
did.
else. Right,
Cause you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to die though. Like you couldn't. That's why I said
right,
I sold my house, I sold my car, I quit my job. You couldn't tell me
right,
mentally that he was going to find. I'm like, he's going to find me. I've been knew I need to be doing lives, but I mentally I just wasn't there yet. I'm like, I gotta feel
right,
safe within myself before I can actually share my story. Because other than that,
right,
I didn't want to share in a way that was so triggering that we all just jacked up. I wanted to be able to
right,
share in a way where it was just like there's light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what you go through. As long as you understand how you feel, you'll be able to get through it. That's just kind of what expressing myself poetically has taught me. Writing,
yeah,
that's what it has taught me how important my feelings are. Like I like to say, your feelings are facts. Like that is
Facts.
you're feeling that because of something, and you got to get to what that is. No, by any
Yeah.
means necessary. And writing and writing, and I would say talking to yourself. You know, like I said, like how we doing right now. I was having whole conversations with
Yeah.
myself.
Ain't
And
nothing
now
wrong
that's
with
my
that,
podcast. It's my
because
podcast now. Those
when
same
you was in the
reflections that
womb, you was
seem
speaking
like
to yourself.
that's what it's all about. And that's
Ain't
to
nothing
me, that's
wrong
how
with
you
that.
awaken yourself. You awaken yourself, and you can actually, like when you talking about people get stuck and stuff. Cause I
Yeah.
felt stuck, King. I ain't gonna hold. I felt stuck. Like I felt
Mm.
like, what am I? Like I said, I was a single, and like I said, I don't even know if you know this, but I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I got diagnosed with a brain tumor. So in my
Mm.
mind, I was going through so much. My body was against me. My muscles were weak. My bones felt like they was gonna break. My nerves were bad. I was going through so much. They were diagnosed with complex
Mm.
PTSD. Like I had traumas that were actually enabling me because I didn't
Mm.
understand them. So it
So let
was
me
through
ask you
my
something.
expression that I started to understand my own
Nobody ever
trauma.
does this. What you just
Mhm.
said, I'm gonna ask you what a lot of people have a hard time and afraid to do. How
Mm.
you doing today?
How I'm doing today, King? I'm doing
You
well.
all right, sis Queen? You all
I'm
right?
doing
How
well.
you doing
I'm doing
well?
well.
How you
I'm doing
feel
well.
inside?
Better. Better.
But see, I
Much
want people to
better.
understand what we just did. Like what we doing this whole live for is basically to open up the room. We basically, you
Mhm.
might well say we interviewing each other, we talking and just
Yes.
filling the room and hoping the ancestors or whatever you may believe is
Mhm.
positive vibes up in here, and we gonna open the room up. And I want to thank everybody that came in here and is coming in here in and out.
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
appreciate y'all. You know, love y'all to life. Those who want to show
Mhm.
love, I give love. You know what I'm saying? So sis,
Mhm.
speak your piece, what you want to address on. You know what I'm saying?
Emotion, like I was saying, like and when I share from a transparent place because I share from my heart, because I
Yeah.
know that there are people who need to hear this kind of conversation. When the
Yeah.
world is just dressed up so cute and you really in the slumps, like really in the slumps in your world life,
Yeah.
it's not really helpful. So to me, I feel like we need to see different versions of the truth, not just the
Okay.
dressed up version of the truth, but the darker sides of the truth, even if it's being
Oh
told
yeah.
from a lighter perspective. You know what I mean? Like I feel like much better, King. This situation happened for me. My life took this change in 2019. So it's been a time for me, for real, for
Right.
real. But it
But
literally,
you know,
my expression pulled me up out of that stuff.
I'm happy to see your strength. And again, I appreciate you for stepping in this time.
Yeah, I lost you. I can't hear. I can't hear. No, I can't hear. Is it me? Can you hear me? No, I can't hear nothing. What? Hold on, it might be my headphones.
Anybody in the wonderful okay, there we go. I think you coming in and out, sis. It's in and out. You
Yeah,
gotta
my
play with
headphone. Could you hear me when I
there
was
you
talking
go.
about
All right.
something?
Yeah. Oh, you good. You good. Gotta make some of that technical difficulty, man. That ain't nothing but the room getting hot, man. We about to get into it. You feel me? The ancestors in here. I'm trying they stepped in here. I see y'all. We hear you.
Yeah, right. I'm
You
like,
good?
yeah, I'm good because I'm like, I'm trying to hear you in my headphones, but I guess the connection is
Yeah.
disconnected. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm so
No,
what we was
man.
saying. I
Look,
couldn't hear
look.
nothing you were
You
saying.
look, man. You ain't no sorry person. We all
Uh-huh.
understand what's going on. You feel me? We're royalty up in here. It's a lot of royalty in this room. You know what I'm saying? We got 13 people in here right now. That's a powerful
Hey
number. Some people
y'all,
say it's weak, but I feel
hey.
like it.
This light
Lord.
got me hot. Like, dang.
So I want to ask you something.
Mhm.
In this process of writing, what are you willing to do to develop or make yourself a stronger writer? Because a lot of people don't do one thing, which is read other things to become better at their thing. As far as writing, what do you do to make your writing better?
Listen, I listen.
Biggest thing
That's
in the
one of the
world.
things. Yeah, because to me, the way I understand expression is like your body is the system. So
Yes.
as you feel all the different things going on around you,
Yes.
listening is a part of the process. To me, it's like it goes in here, it goes, goes on
Yeah.
around you. It goes here, it's felt here, but when it come out here, it's so much more powerful. Like you said, your words hold
Yeah.
power. So for me, I think to be a better writer from the perspective that I already write, because honestly,
Yep.
I haven't seen. Actually, you like the first. I thought you like my North Star because you're the first person that I saw put their emotions into the writing where you felt it. I told you I opened the book and I read the first, and I'm like, I had to close the book and just like go regroup and get myself back together because the
Man,
emotion
that's an
was on
honor.
the page.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that though.
Right. So listening, I could hear your voice in my head. So that's what I mean by listening. Reading, listening, it's like one and the same to me. So like you said, to expand on
Yeah.
the version of poetry that I'm kind of coming from, it would definitely be to listen and to read other people that reflect me. Because
Right.
before now, I couldn't read nobody else's books because to be 100% honest with you, it was discouraging for what I was doing. I didn't see
Fact.
nothing that was doing what I was doing. I'm taking pain, trauma, drama, all this stuff that everybody want to talk about and make money off of, Black Lives Matter, all this stuff. I'm taking that from a
Right.
reality perspective from a black woman and I'm flipping it into my power. But I did it with my words. I didn't find nobody that done that until I read your book, to be 100% honest with you. I'm like, this is the type of poetry that I'm talking about because I think when you go to study other poets, it goes
Yeah.
into the same system that we trying to get out of. So that was
Yeah.
kind of limiting for me. To answer your question again, I would say listening, reading
You know what you
poets that are
just
like
said though,
me.
right?
What?
You know what you just said? That's a powerful word. They say the most powerful teacher in the entire room is one that has mastered listening. Because if you can't learn to listen, you can't learn to teach. I don't want people to follow me. I want people to stand beside me and not to do what I'm saying do. I'm talking about let's do what we all talking about. And people forget that. Like at the end of the day, we kings and queens and man, we royalty, man. Like so to say listen is the most powerful thing because everybody too busy talking over each other. Nobody can actually see. I'm gonna use the word blessing, which I never rarely do. Because being a spiritual universal man or whatever, but if the word still stands, it's a blessing to be able to listen, even if you are deaf, because you can still feel what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what belief you are in, what spirituality you have, what your system is on keeping you strong through this waiting room we all living in, man, you got to live it to the fullest and understand to listen. We all got to listen to each other because we all got a story no matter what umbrella that we all lean under.
That's it.
And people forget that.
Mm.
We write, some act, some
I
do
like
dance
acting.
performance.
I
Yeah,
like dancing too.
that's what I'm saying. You got spirit dancing. People got all type of things, but what this had to do with writing is a big thing because there's emotion behind everything you write. Rather it's anger, frustration, sadness, depression, happiness. You can't have happiness without depression. You can't have dark without light. You can't have right without left. If you lose your left, your right is still there to handle the upper part of your left. People don't understand that.
They all go together. I was like,
They all go together.
they all go together. And then the balance that you create when you can take it all in,
Right.
that is what I'm attracted to when it comes down to just being a poet, an expressionist,
Yeah.
however you want to go about it. Because that's how I feel. I do whatever I can, whatever I feel in the moment to express myself.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm
The
at in my life
balance.
now.
Somebody
That's
just
what
said the
brings me balance.
balance.
Yeah, like that's what brings me balance within myself though. Like balance can't be to me, it can't be created
Yeah.
outside of yourself. So when you
Yeah.
take it from that perspective, it's like how do you create balance inside of yourself without
Yeah.
dealing with your emotions? Like put
But
that in
some
the
people are
comments.
afraid of that. That too, I would say the worst kind of, I ain't gonna say the worst type of person, but the worst type of way to be sometimes is that you're no earthly good. Because if you understand people that say, oh, I don't hate nobody, that's a lie. I know you hate when it rains when you just put on a brand new outfit. I know you hate when a child is hurt or somebody get hit by a car innocently. I know you hate when good people go to jail for things that they have not done. So we all hate some things. That's like taking two words, make love sound bad and make hate sound good. You know what I'm saying? People that sit here and say I love to kill or I hate to see a child get hurt. You can make words mean won't. So that balance come in and you have to balance out what the power is behind that word or what you talking about or what you writing about. Your
The truth.
story is in every line, the truth.
The truth. That's why I was like you. That's why I think like even if you want to use society in terms of like expression, right? Like how they're going about it, and I'm going to say how we're going
Yeah.
about it. Like the people who are really doing it different, truthfully, I feel like it's the lack of the truth. It's the lack of authenticity. It's missing
Right.
to me. That's why I tune out. I really just like to be by myself.
But ain't nothing wrong with that. Me and you being Capricorns, and shout out to another Capricorn. That's
Yes,
equal B. That's
Capricorn.
baby sister. You know what I'm saying? That's another Capricorn, and I know that's a lot of more Capricorn. But we cool with all horoscopes. You know what I'm saying? That's just for the sake of saying horoscope. But these two Capricorns talking and spitting the vibe. But you know, the hardest thing I want to address is that people make it so hard for women and men to work together, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes guys get a little weird and make it bad for good guys like myself, and vice versa. Some women get a little funny style and make it hard for it to work. I consider you as my sister, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's just fam. And at the end of the day, we got to make it easy for everybody to work with the opposite sex if you're in a relationship, without feeling like you can't do that without being funny. You know what I'm saying? Being flirtatious. It's business that we in the game. We got to have where we consider unity. Like the unity and where we able to work with whoever we want to work with without no weird stuff. I don't look at women being better than men and vice versa. But at the end of the day, man, you can't hardly tell brothers anything because they get into their feeling, that testosterone. That's for me. I have a hard time.
But no, it's the same, King. It's the same for women. Man. You can't tell women much. I literally had this conversation earlier with somebody where it's like, if like they were saying like it's like love. I think she was saying like lead with love and I forgot the other word. I think it was like love and just like I was talking about benefit and support, to be honest. Like to just like distinguishing between the two. I don't think it's gender has nothing to do with nothing, because everything that I hear men experience, especially not talent, but like it has nothing to do with nothing for me, like speaking from my perspective. I know that there are differences with the physical man and the physical woman, but I'm talking about energetically. We talking about emotions, like, you know what I mean? Like your emotions make you cry, my emotions make me cry. Your emotions make you angry, my emotions make me angry. It don't matter what the root of it is. If you angry, you angry. If I'm angry, I'm angry. So that's kind of what I mean in terms of that. So no, I don't know what women have that we could kind of blame on that, like, oh, that's testosterone, but there is something, like, I think it's just through the connection and how we see each other, to be honest. I don't, something, like you said, some things I don't even, I'm no longer even entertaining, because like you said, it's no men are better and women are better. I feel like that mindset will make you miss so much.
And so, like we talked, you know, recently, man, like a lot of people, excuse my language, need to wake up and get a lot of I don't give a damn in their system about certain things. We care so much about what people think. It's like you programmed to feel that way. Us being writers, we got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, bestseller authors up in this chat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to understand, even yourself coming through here. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing through. It's hard, man. Like, it's. But we're going to make it through that, and we're going to change that narrative, because it needs to change. The narrative just needs to change, man, because it's getting old. We all got to support each other. I think it's changing with us. Like, the people that are, like I said in my poem, my book, like, be the change you want to see. And that was the most reflective moment that I had with myself. It was like, wow, I'm not about to be complaining about what she doing, what he doing, what they not doing, what she doing too much. What can I do to just be better, and then attract my vibe, attract my tribe, and do my best at just making this world, as they say, a better place, or whatever the case may be. But what they say, reach one, teach one. I think we just got to be better beings. But then society has to be more gentle with each other, because like I was saying to the queen earlier, like I've been told by so many people to just be who you are, just be who you are, just be you. And then it's like the moment that you actually be you, you're not beautiful no more. You're not all these things that you were before. So like to add to what you're saying, I feel like we do have to get to a point, especially between men and women, where we can actually understand each other on an emotional level, without judgment, without, oh, why she feel that way. If you listen to somebody's feelings without looking at a gender, without looking at nothing, but just listening to the words and trying to feel them in your spirit, you'd be surprised how much you can relate to that person. Even if it's not the same exact trauma, or the same exact pain or whatever. Man. So it's hard to tell that to a lot of brothers, man. Like, because at the end of the day, they feel like they just rock. Like man, if you go to work every day, slaving every day, they ain't gonna never tell you this. That man go in the bathroom with his fist balled up. You understand me? If he'd have did about 4 shifts that day, 4 shifts, trying to work that overtime to probably get something for his family per se, that man go in the bathroom or wherever his man cave is with his fist balled up, with probably one single tear in his eye full of anger. He ain't soft. This man is tired. And you know, they say men ain't supposed to show no emotion. Men, we get angry sad. Like, we get so sad to the point is, man, you start tearing up like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I can't do this no more type of attitude. Like, man, like, but when you step out that room, you don't want your family to see that. So you put your rock back on. There's a lot of women that play that role too. They put their rock back on. You don't want your family and friends to see you weak. But at some time, you got to have one person around you so you can fall apart, so you can pull yourself back together again. It's called venting. And people don't know how to vent nobody because they turn your words against you later on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful who you vent to about your personal endeavors and your problems in your life, because they will turn it against you. Once you are not friends anymore or family no longer, they use your own downfalls against you. Well, you did such and such. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I mean, even though we don't like each other right now, you ain't got to be throwing fire under the bridge. That was a one-on-one pillow talk between family. You know what I'm saying? You gonna use that against me? But at the end of the day, when they wake up and get off that floor, you know what I'm saying? They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Yeah, that's why I just choose to live in my truth, to be honest. Because it's just like, what you think you could throw back against me, you can't. And people that know me, that have grown to know me, know that about me. Everybody say the same stuff about me. You're so transparent, because it's not nothing that somebody can't tell somebody about me that I won't be willing to talk to you about myself. Because at the end of the day, it's just pain. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, I look more at the person that's carrying the bone than what they even telling me. Because you're
say that
showing
one
me
again. Say that one last line. Say that
really,
again.
I look at the person that's carrying the bone and not the person that they even telling me about. Like, I don't even, because to me, we all have problems. You can look at anybody's life from any angle and say, oh, that's not something I would do. Or you can come from a judgmental place at anybody's life. So to me, I had to get to a point in myself where I had to no longer care about what was going on outside of me. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't have no choice, because if you think people weren't talking about me, King, and my family alone, like friends too, like from the past when I was, her baby dad, remember when he was locked, like now they happy because they got the tea from their perspective. Oh, I got the tea. You don't got no tea though. This is the tea. When you becoming, when you flipping that pain into power, when you doing things to really make yourself a better person.
You know I gotta put some on the end of that. I gotta put some on the end of what you just said. The same thing with family talking smack about you. What you just said, you just dropped some heavy gems on the life. You know what I'm saying? And what I get from that is kind of like what I've been saying. Like, man, when y'all become successful, people love supporting you when you live in probably house to house. Probably ain't got enough money in your pocket. They love you calling them then. But once once you reach your peak, they didn't expect your whole life to turn around in a good way. They were like, how did he become successful or she become successful? And then they don't want to hear about your good day. They want to call you and talk about their problems. But as soon as you say, what you doing? I'm like, well, I done did this, published this, did that, and the fourth. People that you are not blood with are going to support you way more than people that you grew up with and people that you consider blood, or people that you done put on pedestals with titles like aunties, grandmothers, and stuff like that. These titles will sometimes fail you, sister, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest out of 11. Come on, I can get with that. My real sisters who support me, you know what I'm saying, are not blood. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself. I got Poetic in the house. You know what I'm saying? I got Music Cat Wife. You know what I'm saying? I got Nequa B, all these different other sisters that I quote and my big queen sister, which helping me all day, every day. That's Dr. Patricia D, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can keep on going. Dawn Michelle, I can keep going to the sisters that's in a brother's life that I adopt in and my brothers. I can go on a list. Music Cat. A whole lot of other more cats, man. I could keep on going. JR, man, what I'm saying is in the process of you going to get more people, strangers, shadows in your life, the people that you don't even know that's going to give you support more than your own damn family. But then they don't be mad at them. They just don't know no better how to be better because they ain't happy in their life.
That's fair.
And you just love them for that because they don't know that. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what you're feeling until you tell them. You just hope the best for them.
You gotta know what you feeling.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't gotta hate them because they ain't showing you love, but at the end of the day, they might not like what you doing or not interested in what you got going on. But as family, a person should get a dry ass like or something, a heart, a comment, anything. Why is it more strangers and people that I met in the world, like yourself, anybody else that I put in my life as my sisters and brothers or people, family, giving me more love and what I do, so I give back. Anytime somebody need me, some things it ain't about business. What you need from me, I work in the shadows. I will help you. You ain't got to tell nobody I helped you. I'm just going to do it. So that what you said is that people talk about you behind your back that you feel that love you. Y'all need to listen to that song, Nobody Wants You When You're Down and Out, by Bobby Womack, or Smiling Faces. You know what I'm saying?
I learned that the hard. Like that's why I share my story for those who might go back and look later. Like that's why I share my story, because that's exactly what I was. I'm the only child, so I didn't grow up with no siblings or nothing. I always felt ostracized and shunned and some more stuff. Like my mom is a police officer, so that was even a lot growing up, just growing up around law enforcement. So it was so many ways where, like I said, my book title is Suffering with Silence. Like I never felt able to talk. And I think that's when I want to touch that topic when since we talking king to queen, like,
no, go ahead.
What form of, what do you think the disconnect is with men and women in terms of communication? Like, or from a man's perspective, personally, that's what I really want you, of course, to talk from a man's perspective. What do you think will be a blockage for a man? Because you said how the man feels like a rock. Like he got to go in there. He feel like he can't express himself, quite honestly, in front of his family. He feel like he got to be even tough in front of his family. What do you think, from your perspective, from your intellect, like what do you think that is?
The disconnection?
Yeah, like what's creating that why does a man feel like he can't be anything other than a rock? I ain't even gonna say what he should be. Anything other than a rock once he steps foot in his home with his family.
I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people had to look at the Jim Crow story. You know what I'm saying? They had to read the Jim Crow story when they separated the man from his family and beat him down in front of his dang on kids like they do a horse. You know, separate the black horse, you know what I'm saying? What you consider what do they call it? A stallion. They separate the stallion from the mother and the child and beat the stallion in front of the mother and the child. And so the mother and the child would always run towards the master and never trust in the man. So what they got to do with a lot of things is that a man has always been put in position where he got to prove his damn power, his testosterone, his strength, who got the biggest muscle, who got the deepest voice, who got all this and the fourth. And you find yourself always having to be a lion in the room. You know what I'm saying? Even around your family, you just always tough with, like, you got your anger on your chest all the goddamn time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, men are prone to be that way. And then on our race, you know, we challenge each other more than anybody that's actually doing bad against our race. And I'm just saying that in any race, their own races treat them like crap. So when it deals with a man, you go to work and get crapped on. And sometimes men may get bad women that crap on them when they get from a crappy job. And then they got the boss up to that. It's like, you supposed to be my queen. I ain't saying it's my own life, but it was my past life with dealing with different relationships. Who you talking to? I protect women, but don't disrespect me. I walk out the whole situation before I, get crazy. I'm not like that, but a man has always had a lot to prove. We have to be warriors. We have to be, if you get a bullet in your leg, you need to ball up your lip, bite down on something hard, and shut up until you get to the hospital type of attitude. This is the position that men play. If there's a bear, you're behind me. Like if my wife is behind me, I have to take the claws while she get away. Instead of me just picking her up and running and we both getting away. But if you got a right queen like myself, me and her running together. We both gonna make it out of there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's how it is. A king must always play a position of putting his life on the line for anything that he loves. He ain't allowed to vent. He ain't allowed to talk about feelings. None of that. Not the soft. I'm talking about feelings, period, or even just being angry. Me telling you that I'm angry, if I was, is considered an emotion. Men don't even say that. They be like, man, I'm all right. I'm good. Ain't nothing going on.
Yeah, we doing that.
I'm good. Ain't nothing going on. You know that man about to kill himself. That man probably suicidal right now, but he won't tell nobody because he don't want to look weak.
Right.
He want to be strong. At all times, he want to be strong as hell. Then let somebody call him weak. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta know how to fix shit. You gotta know how to do things. You gotta be able to build. You gotta go out there and have an endurance beyond this world, no matter how tired you is. Get your ass back out there and do it again.
Do you feel like being able to express yourself has helped you not feel those type of like dark feelings? Not saying that those are your feelings per se, but just as from a man.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel? Let's say you don't have those feelings. Do you? What do you
Right.
think is? What do you think is helping you not have those feelings? From a man, from as if a man that you just described was watching right now. What advice would
Yeah.
you give to them to say like, yo, come up out of that? Like what do you think they could do to? Because that's
If
not
you
healthy.
got
I just want to say that. Like, that's not a healthy place to be, King. And as a
yeah.
goddess, as a queen, we ain't that is an oppressed
Yeah.
energy from my perspective, to be 100%
Oh,
honest with
fact.
you. Yeah. So it's like that's an automatic disconnect that we're talking about between men and women, particularly black women and black men in our community. That's a disconnect right there, where it's his
Yeah.
anger and his ability to not be able to express it, or whether that's his peace or whatever that may be. And
Yeah.
then we get oppressed in this world too, and then
Oh,
we get
easy.
oppressed by our men too. You know what I mean? So it's like when you just using me as an example of domestic abuse and seeing my mom go
Yeah.
through it and seeing women get
Yeah.
abused. When I see a man angry, yeah, I'm like, yo, but
Yeah.
it's not because he's mad. It's because he won't express
Right.
himself.
Yeah. But he
Excuse me.
can't.
But
But he
why?
ain't supposed to. They say he ain't supposed to.
Why?
But I mean, a man, put it like this: if you got kids, or if you men out there that's able to see their kids or things like that, or if you got somebody that you love in your life, that's what I'm saying, your woman, your girlfriend, fiance, or whatever, that would be the balance. A man that's tough as hell all the time needs a balance of love to balance out all his aggression. You know what I'm saying? If a man ain't got that, that's when you get break-ins, domestic abuse, and things like that, because he saw it
Mm,
probably in his own family life growing up. But that still ain't no excuse to make you not want to change. Because there are two
yeah.
crackheads, excuse my language for saying there's two fiends that took drugs and had a child, and that child grew up to be successful. I believe
Right.
when you grow up and see abuse, it shouldn't make you want to abuse. It should make you want to do something totally
The
different. The
opposite.
opposite.
Right.
So you need something pure to love to balance out your aggression as a man. Rather it's writing, whatever your talent may be. Mine was writing and my kids and my love. You know what I'm saying? For my wife, you know what I'm saying? Just growing up, just want to be in love. You know what I'm saying? Different
Mm,
relationships. That balanced me out. For
mm,
my grandmother, I'll probably still be in the street gang banging, man. I was a
mm.
crip for years. You know what I'm saying? I did that for a very long time, but I became a king after that. I can't gang bang because I'm not good in groups. I'm good at either helping control them or being affiliated with it. I'll just let it
Right.
all go. That was my other outlet, which was the bad outlet. I had to let out my life.
You said you had to run that back. You
I had
said
to
you
let
had
it
to
out
let
my
out
life.
what?
I had to let it out my
Mm.
life. Easy, immediately. Wasn't easy, but
Yeah.
yeah. Gangbanging, that's a whole other level of another way that men used to run to express themselves from not having probably the
Right.
proper family, which I ain't saying I didn't have the
Mm.
proper family, but just the proper attention or love or things that you was looking for.
Right.
You go out and find it
Mm.
in other groups to find that same love and support because you're not getting it all from the right pace the way that you want. That's how I
Mm.
did. I experimented. Went out there and it ain't a game. You know what I'm saying? Did it for a while, got out of it at 25 and walked away. You really can't get out of it. You stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? I walked away from certain
Right.
things. And I say it
Mm.
like that. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but you
Yeah.
have
No,
to
that's
have
good. You
something
said.
to love to
Mm.
balance out your aggression. That's for women too. Shit, if they
Yeah.
angry and bitter all the time, dude. Like,
Yes.
well, how you think they gonna be? They gonna be like, what you want? Like, you here
Yeah.
still? Like, when you gonna leave? Like, then you
Bruh.
get, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You got
So
some
would it be
aggressive women,
safe
man.
I want to ask you this question then, based on what you said. Would it be safe to say, don't shoot the messenger. Would
No,
it
go
be
ahead, go ahead,
safe
go
to
ahead.
say that the feminine energy is almost what is we gonna say in the manifested world, a physical feminine energy? Because when I think of
Right.
feminine and masculine, I think a lot of people think male and female. So we're gonna go with that. But I'm laid out, like I said, with the balance is the divine feminine and divine masculine is the energy aspect. But do you think that it's the lack of a manifested femininity? Is it safe to say that will contribute to a lot of the anger and feelings from men to not be able to express themselves or feel that way? Or do y'all is there something that you can get from that same love, like the listening and then whatever it is that you got from whatever you got from? Is there something that you can receive from a man, or is there something that you feel like more so really hit home when it came from your grandma, when it came from your wife, when it came
man, it's like your dad, uncles, and things like that. It's like, man, I mean, it's only so much you can get from a dad, uncle, and like males. You miss Big Mama. Big Mama was there when you feel like you crushed on the inside at 13 as a young man or boy or whatever. Grandma, Big Mama say, everything gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I'll always be here for you. Kiss you on the forehead. I'm gonna whoop you tomorrow because of what you did at school, but I love you. And that I'm willing to I'm willing to take an ass whooping from you because I know it's love and I messed up. Only a woman can get at. I'm sorry, because at the end of the day, where we come from, I come from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't come from a man. Man help, yeah, he may be the key, but she is the one that turns the oven on. A man can do what he do and never have a child, but a woman, y'all better study X and Y chromosomes. A woman was able to have kids without a man, brother. You know what I'm saying? People better get on that language. X and Y chromosome, X and X, which means a woman that was able to impregnate herself. A woman never really needed us, but at some point they did. We ain't nothing but the key. And she is the one that brings the glow. You understand me? She the one I got to spend about 9-12 months with, feeling her emotion, her cries and all that. There is nothing a man, as far as family-wise, can give me fully that a woman can give. You know what I'm saying? A man can only do so much. That's why single fathers, if you a single father, something like that, you can only do so much, but then you sending your kid off, you're like your daughter, you know what I'm saying, or something, off to your aunties or something like that. Because it's something he can't give her. A woman can give a man something and a female something, or a little girl, if you might say. Yeah. Or, you know, that's just how it is, man. It's to me. People may beg to differ, but I'm only going off of what I've seen, what I've been through, what I studied, what I watched. And this is how my own opinion is. I'm raised by 95% strong women that was going through a lot with weaknesses, but they were strong in how they went about it, and 5% men. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's who I protect. Men don't need protection, and that's where we at from. We protect ourselves. We don't really have too many protecting us. We don't worry about stuff like that because we programmed not to. We don't think about what else. Like if we in the street, I'm walking on the side of the curb, and our car coming, which is true story. I snatched my wife out the way and I stood in front of the bike, kind of like, and the bike swerved off and kept going. You know what I'm saying? He was about to hit us. Our car went down one day or whatever, and we had to walk back home. And my wife was walking on my side, and the guy gets revved up too hard, and his car kind of swerved. I pushed her out the way and just kind of like couldn't get out of the way. I just like, I'm about to take it all. I don't care. I'm like, long as you good, you deserve to be good. I'm good. That's my decision, and that's what I have made. That's a real man's decision. That's what we programmed to do. You put your life on the line for your woman or whatever you love. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, you put your life on the line for what you love. That's all we got. Is our shield. I got to show you my shield, that I'm a man. That's how I got to go out, out with dignity. That's how you program to be. You got to go out like a warrior. And there ain't a lot of warriors. I ain't trying to make fun of nobody. These men in these generations, some of them are very weak. And don't take that for offense. What I mean is you are very weak. If you hitting a woman, excuse my language, you a weak ass man. Come hit me. You know what I'm saying? Come hit me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hey, if you want to beat on women and all that, I don't know what's your problem. If you just need a conversation, let's not be violent. Come talk to me, bro. You a grown man. Okay, at the end of the day, no man should be beating on no child, or no man should be beating on no woman. You're supposed to be a warrior. You're supposed to be protecting that. You know what I'm saying? Period. And let her protect you as well. And people forget that.
You just said a lot. And I love every single thing that you said. Okay. Because you confirmed Shout out to Culture Healing because she was in here. But you
Oh,
confirmed
for
what we've
that,
been
I saw
trying
it.
to get to because we're healers
Yeah,
and we're here to help men and women both in the black community. And we noticed a disconnect with men and their emotional side. But as a
yeah,
woman, you know, women, not even to speak for myself, but women have a hard time connecting with a man. So
yeah.
it's like when you're everything that you're just saying, let's just say that's facts. Cause your feelings is facts. We just gonna leave it there. But let's just say that's
Right.
facts. Cause I agree with everything that you said. So that's just what the vibe is. That's the energy. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's like, how do we break that barrier of that protective mindset of a masculine and then the lack of expression, femininity, communication, whatever you want to say, that's between the masculine and the feminine? Like, how do we balance that out in terms of it all? Because men, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself, a lot men don't have an issue talking to me about their feelings, right? That
Mm.
actually backfired on me heavily. Even with my situation, he expressed things to me that I guess he
Yeah,
judged himself for later that he told me these things. And it's
yeah.
like, why? Like, it's like when the man does express himself, they almost feel bad about doing it. What can we do as a community, to change the way we
You
feel
can.
about our own feelings? Like,
It's in a man's DNA to act to be tight. So you got
mm,
to kind of guide that man as a young man into a way of getting him to do that without actually having to be so direct sometimes. Sometimes a man
mm,
need music. Point him toward the music. Go get him a boxing bag. As a young man, it starts from the mother on up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he needs some way to let go of some of his frustrations, man. Like, it built up frustrations. It's not going to work. He just need to be pointed in the right direction. Have you ever heard of a bird being guided without having to be around their babies that left the nest?
mm,
She's like the wind. You know what I'm saying? A mother can still guide her child if she becomes the wind and not let them know that she's still carrying them. So I still
mm-hmm.
got you. Even though you
Yeah.
were I want you to be grown woman, grown man, but I'm your wind under your wings. I'm gonna love you regardless, and I'm gonna carry you. I'm gonna help you guide because birds really don't fly with their wings; they float, they hover.
Mm.
They just get a little bit under their wings, and then that wind take them to another direction.
Oh.
We need more mothers as well, because fathers, that's a whole other different story. We need more mothers to continue to become that wind under their children's wings. Because if you're angry with them, how can you go back to learn anything from what gave you life?
Mm.
That's angry with you. That's being kind of petty. You're supposed to be learning from you. If you're an angry mother at your own child because y'all
Child.
disagree with something, I'm supposed to be able to come to you and you supposed to be able to let's stop this and make up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why fathers are more easy to deal with. Hey man, don't worry about it. Don't be angry. Forget all that. We good. We box it out probably and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
A mother's a little bit more different. You know what I'm saying? You can't just box it out all the time and just hold that in. You'll kill somebody like that. Because when you
No.
explode, I don't know how you're going to explode. If you're abusive or not, it may come out in the wrong way.
That's big. That is fake. That is fake.
So I don't know,
Wow.
sister. I don't know where we at. We chowing it out. It's like 7:52. I don't know if this joint gonna cut off on us now. I forgot the minutes. How long you able to
That
get
was
on here? We
great,
vibing
King.
out.
That was great. Like,
No.
like I said, you confirmed a lot of what I felt as a goddess, as a queen myself. In terms of, like, I remember having a conversation with a king years ago, and I was
Yeah.
telling him that I felt in my heart at that time. This was maybe like 2017, 2018. I'm like, yo, I was like, it's like, not saying it's our fault, but at the time I was like, it's our fault. Like, it's the women's fault why the world is jacked up. That's how I felt. And I remember him not understanding it. Like, no, it's the
Yeah.
man. Like, his ego was responding. He didn't hear what I
Yeah.
said.
That's
I'm
that
like,
brainwashing.
no. Yeah. I'm like, no, you missing it. Like, because a
Yeah.
lot of men that I've dealt with, even my abusers, they had mommy issues. All of the abusers that
Yeah.
I saw, that I witnessed, they had mommy issues. All of the deadbeat dads and all of the crack
Yeah.
kids and drug addicts, they have mommy and daddy issues. But them moms do hit different. Even for myself,
Yes.
like I had
Yeah.
trauma that I experienced from both of my parents, and I'd be lying to y'all if I said that my mom's betrayal hit a little bit different than my dad's betrayal. My mom's
Yeah.
neglect hit a little bit
Yeah.
different than my dad's neglect. And that can
We're in the
be,
same
so
boat.
many different directions that you can go with that. But it's something there in a woman, no matter where you want to take it. Like you said, religious, spiritual, astrology,
No
it
matter
don't
what you
matter.
is,
It don't
you
matter.
feel.
It still go back to the feminine, the woman.
Yeah.
Like, it got to go back to us. And I think men have to just be willing to accept that. Because to
Yeah.
me, as an intuitive, to be honest with you, King, a lot of men didn't respect my intuition. A lot of men didn't want to accept that I knew something that they were like men literally. Like I'm saying, don't you probably shouldn't go outside today. And one ear not the other.
Mm.
Boy get locked up. And I'm like, I had that feeling. Like
But
men
see,
don't trust us enough to even like navigate them back to their feelings, if that makes sense. Because
yeah.
I from what you're saying to me is like women, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just saying, like,
No, go
I
ahead, go ahead.
feel as a woman, like it's our duty almost to lead with our femininity, to lead with a balanced masculine and feminine energy, to be able to really connect with the man. But what would a man need to feel comfortable with a woman in her balanced energy? Because a lot of men, I feel like, label us as independent
Well,
and headstrong, and they're intimidated by the energy of knowing, the energy of
yeah.
intuitive, the energy of, you know what, you need to sit down, not go out in them streets. You need to sit down and talk to me. Like, what do you think can
Hey,
help break that and allow men to accept and listen to us? Because honestly, I hear
it's
men say all the time, I don't want to hear she talk too much. All y'all do is talk. And it's
no.
like, but are you listening? We talked about
You
that in the
gotta
beginning of
let
this live.
you gotta let them suffer sometime for them to be able to have
Mm,
peace. Sometimes
I keep
some
hearing that.
things are unable to be fixed. And to be able to fix something, you got to
Mm,
tear it apart and build it back up all over again. You got to allow it to fall apart for itself to see how painful it is,
mm,
and then they learn. Some don't learn, but you get those that may come back from the breakage. If you break a tire and table down because it wobbled wrong, take it
yeah.
all apart and rebuild it again. I bet you it'll stand different. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to allow something to break completely, but you
Mm,
watch from a distance and protect them from a distance because you can't help everybody.
yeah.
You only do the best that you
Women,
can.
say that again. That's for us queens, because I think we get judged for having natural healing energy. But what you just
No,
said right
man.
there, I think like it's like we say,
Yeah.
what feels good and natural to you as a man,
We
as a
stubborn.
woman, it feels good and natural to me to help people heal, to listen,
Yeah.
to get in tune with themselves. So it's like we
Yeah.
do have to respect each other in our bodies that we already in. Like,
Yeah. Man, so we
mm,
could go in all day. Like at the end of the day, like my man said, it's in the DNA. It all depends where
mm,
the healing come from. Let
mm,
that
mm,
man
mm.
break or let that woman break to be able to understand what it feels like. Because if you never had pain, you would never be able to learn how to appreciate healing.
That's true.
Some
I
people
ain't got
just
nothing to
really
say
gotta
about
be
that.
hurt
Yeah,
to
for it
be
to
able
make
to
sense to
change.
them.
And what people don't understand, like what this has to do with writing, it got a whole lot to do because it takes a lot of feeling deep inside, emotions, a lot of thought to do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Poetry is very emotional because it comes from a hard place. It comes from a good place. It comes from a soft place,
Mm-hmm.
peaceful place,
Mm-hmm.
serenity, a depressive, exotic, whatever comes out of your mind to live a life. It may be fantasy, and some of them may be altered truth. It'll all come out in your writing, and you will start
Mm-hmm.
feeling better, and then it become addictive as well. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you will hate not being able to have time to write
Tough.
because it feels good to you.
Mm. I like what he said. He said many men have trouble relinquishing power,
Yeah.
and at times intuition can feel like manipulation. That's something too we got to do, women like queens. We have to actually get balance within ourselves. That's why I said that earlier. You got to get balance within yourself first before you can even help a king, before you can help
Right.
a queen, before you can help anybody. You do really got to get balance in yourself, because anybody's intuition will feel like manipulation. And I think it goes vice versa as well. Those that are seeking to vent, those that are seeking to talk, those that are seeking
Yeah.
for outside influence or motivation or whatever, you have to be open to the fact that, okay, you're actually coming that way though. Like when you call somebody, you calling them to vent. You can't get mad if they start trying to pull you up out your
Mm-hmm.
pain, You know what I mean? Like, if you want somebody to listen to respectfully, I say hire a counselor. That's how I feel, me personally, because I feel like
Yeah.
it's distracting, and this is coming from a place of people that always call me to vent, and then when it came down, when my life hit bottom, I had nobody to go and talk to myself, and it forced me to go within. So that's why I always recommend for people to go within themselves, because you won't think the outside world is out to get you so much if you just work on yourself, because they can't get you from a place, from a hill place. You're not triggered the same. You're not going to look at her intuition of saying, babe, I don't think you should go outside today. You know, sis, you can't be saying that every day, though. That ain't your intuition. That's your
Right.
ego. That's what I'm saying. We got to be more understanding of what these terms actually mean. Because if she never ever tell you not to go outside, but then this one day, see, that's intuition. That's how intuition works. One day she just like, I got a bad feeling. That's intuition. Something about my feeling is saying, this ain't going to be a good night. And if that's your queen, if you love her, this is your place of love, this is your place of peace, and she never do that, listen to that woman's intuition, no matter who you are. Like, if it's taking you in a way that you ain't think you was gonna go, you might want to listen. Cause I seen people lives get destroyed, and it wasn't manipulation from my end. And sadly, they probably looking back at me now and in their life right now, saying, "Damn, I should have listened to her." Because what am I getting, King, out of manipulating you? If I'm balanced within myself, that's why you got to have your own discernment of who you even receiving the information from. You shouldn't have nobody next to your side that you can't listen to. You shouldn't have nobody next to your side that you feel like is going to manipulate you. So we all got to take time to ourselves. That's why I said with the venting, I get it. But vent to yourself. I challenge people that if you got a venting issue, I challenge you to pull up the recording, audio on your phone, and get at it. Say everything that you feel.
That's where I'm doing
pause,
everything
play,
that
and
I'm
lay it.
doing.
And play it back later, King. Like, play it back later. That way you're not thinking the outside world is going to get you. So now you already know how you feel. You already in tune with your feelings. Now you know exactly, you've identified what to work through. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the things that you said from a man's perspective is amazing. Is an amazing start for a man that's feeling in that mindset. Start with what he just said. That's what I'm saying. Start with your feelings. Because then when your feelings will let you know when you're being manipulated. That's why I tell people all the time. When you heal your feelings and you get to the root of what triggered you to feel that way, you don't get triggered the same no more. A woman telling you to go, you'll ask more questions later, like, why, babe? And then talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? I think when your feelings is out the way, when you know how to turn your feelings on and off,
even
that's
as
like
a
tightening
man,
your discernment.
you don't have to express your full feeling to everybody in the world because they ain't deserving of it. But at the same time, for a man, you got to have at least one person in your life. At least one person in your life, like your woman or either your kid. Like, your kid come to you, daddy, what's wrong? And you be like, I ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I be like, man, baby, daddy ain't feeling good today.
Yeah.
And talk to your wife and shit. Leave all that harsh, tough guy attitude outside, bro. Because we know you ain't tough all the time. Well, what cat will you say? How you gonna be tough at bacon, like breakfast? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be angry and gangster in the morning? You gang banging on bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like when you wake up and see a woman, you be like, yeah, look at her. Yeah, I know both our breaths stinking like a mud, but yeah, I love her though. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. Like, when you wake up, you get to see her from probably her beginning to her, like, whatever she, powder up or whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? That's when your love is real. Like, I appreciate it. I could come home angry and have somebody to vent to, or I can call up some family, friend, people that I trust. Hey, man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get shouts out again to everybody that came here in. And I know people coming in and out of the room, they got other things to do. I just appreciate people tapping in.
This was fly. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
They stay with us. They stay with us.
But to what you said, sister, man, for real, every man just got to find that way. You got to have an outlet. Woman and men, you got to have an outlet, because if you don't, you will break.
A safe outlet. Yeah.
A safe outlet.
Yeah. And search until you find it. Don't look it to fill you up. It definitely takes time. I personally, like I said, I feel like you attracted me personally.
Yeah.
When you send out that energy of, I want to express myself.
Yeah.
I want to heal. When I say I don't want to live this way anymore.
Yeah.
Everything around me starts shifting. It really felt from my perspective like the universe was like, all right, calling the dogs,
Right.
calling the ancestors, call yo, she ready, y'all. And it was like, that's all I had to say to just
Yeah.
get some help. And then I started running into like-minded individuals that I would be able to express myself with. So it's like, yeah, that's why, like I said, you got to find moments to know who to go to outside of yourself and know
Yeah.
when to go inside of yourself. Because like one thing I wanted to add that you said was, we don't got to tell everybody everything. Those are the moments where you heal, though. So what I mean by that is, if you don't want to tell nobody, you got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself.
Unless they dealing with in denial.
You got to tell yourself. You in denial. You got to tell yourself. First step in my healing, I got 5 steps to healing. Come up out of denial. And in order to come out of denial, you have to be willing and able to identify what the problem is. What are you not willing to express? What is that blockage? What is that root that's actually preventing you from seeing you? And then once you identify that, accept it, whatever that means for you. How can you go about accepting these feelings, these expressions, these suppressed emotions? How can you go about expressing these things to help you be able to accept it and then reprogram that? Like we talked about programming all throughout this life. Now that you have the identity of what the problem is that needs fixing, reprogram it. And then live in your truth. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just levels to stuff out here.
Don't be the same way you were before you closed your eyes yesterday.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? People go to sleep and wake up with the same BS they had yesterday. I wake up like when you call somebody. You call somebody tomorrow or whatever, the first thing they say is, I be like, hey man, how you doing? Same old. Like, man, I don't want to hear that. So my wife had a good idea, was saying, hey man, why don't you ask him, tell me something good. I tried it with my brother, one of them, you know what I'm saying? I was like, tell me something good. They were like, man, ain't nothing going. I'm like, man, did you try some new gum? Like, did you get a new journal? Did you get a flat tire? Anything different than same old.
You gotta have it set intention, y'all. When you wake up in the morning, I tell these people all the time on my page, like, have a great day on purpose. That means when you wake up in the morning, you like, yo, I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna rise up today. That's why we say grand rise.
Have a good day.
I'm rising up today.
Man,
so you speak your life into existence. Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not mourning over anything. I'm having a good rising. When you say mourning, you're mourning over death. That's what the word mourning means.
Exactly.
You speaking it into your life. When you say grand awakening, grand rising, or hello, good day, like anything other than mourning.
Right.
But I know some people, they used to that because it's a habit. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Definitely
you know
a
what
hard
I'm saying?
habit to breathe. That's it. Especially people are still people are still mourning too. Because it's easier for me to say it now, like to say grand risings. It's just much more easier. It don't sound as wrong. Like you said, that's the programming of it all.
You gotta
once you get that
yourself.
out, you got to. And it's like destiny just opens up after that. Like how do you feel that your writing has helped you evolve?
To be honest, my writing that's what I'm doing now. If it wasn't for writing, I wouldn't be narrating. I wouldn't be acting. I wouldn't be writing scripts. Like my writing has opened up a web for me. And it has made me better because my favorite book in the whole world is a dictionary. I take one word a week and remember it for the rest of my life. I pick my favorite word. My favorite word in the dictionary is fatigue. But I changed it into infatigable, which means I can never be tired out. And the other word is tyrannical. Tyrannical is a better word to use for harsh. I like how it flow off the tongue. Like if you got that favorite word, it just flows properly. I love the dictionary. That's like you said, writing. That's how advanced it made me. I read a lot. Like I got this right here. You know what I'm saying? Screenplay writing, you feel me? By Snit Field. You know what I'm saying? I'm always reading, man, like trying to be better at what I do when it comes to creating characters, creating who I am, and digging deeper into what it takes to change the narrative, because it plays in your life the same way. You have to change the narrative. You're going to be ain't shit every day. You don't want to change the narrative. Yeah. You like that. You like being miserable or depressed. You love it. Not me. I'm a creator. I change the narrative every day. And oh yeah, shouts out. I see you in there. My little sister just came in the room. Equal B. I see you in here. You know what I'm saying? Carried it away. I see you in here for a family. You know what I'm saying? I see you all in here. You know what
Yes,
I'm
they
saying? I
pulling
gotta show
up.
y'all love. Hold on, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
shout out because you know we got butter pecan brownie in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Couple
yes,
more people.
queen.
They all in here. I mean, it's a lot of people trying to catch it, but poetry was it part or ANX. Just
Mm-hmm.
everybody in here. We
Queen
appreciate you
Clay,
coming
thanks.
in and
We
out.
do.
I just try to
Yes.
stop because y'all could be doing something else right now, but y'all here
Yeah,
with us.
listen. Y'all came with us. And we impact a lot, I think. I think we got a lot of I think
Yeah,
this
I
is
think
great. I
I
think
think
this is
this is
great.
it. Like we can. Is
Yeah.
anything like that you want to tell everybody before we tune out? Like you know what I'm saying? Pretty much think we dug deep on that.
I'ma just say set intentions. Like set intentions with your rising. Set
Yeah,
intention with how you lay your before you lay your head down. Like that's kind of what
yeah,
I do that has helped me tremendously. Like before I even get up and do anything, I think of what day I'm about to have. Like granted,
right.
we can't control everything. Nature takes its course, but the intention behind it of this is going to be a good day regardless. This is going to be a great day
Yeah,
regardless. Tomorrow is like you said, it's going to be better than yesterday.
yes
So
it is.
my only thing that I can add to everything that we already said on top of setting intention and healing your emotions and getting in tune and writing how you
Yeah,
feel, gratitude. I feel like the answer to the question in the whole live was like I feel as though what I got from what you said, the more we express the truth, the more we express our gratitude of the truth, like the
right.
truth meaning like okay, my grandma help pull me up. That's the truth. When you express that gratitude, I
Right.
learned today through talking to you that I feel like I can confidently say that communication comes with gratitude. I think when you
Yes.
express gratitude, I think it actually opens up those blockages where we feel stuck. So no, I don't have nothing else to add other than that, King. This was the bomb. Like for me.
Okay. Well, I feel like we opened the room just on a deep discussion that ain't had to be so consumed with just
Mm-hmm.
only writing, but things that tie into why we
Yeah.
write. But the personal life stuff, don't nobody talk about. And this what makes us as writers and different things like that. You know, man, I just appreciate all the struggles. So I don't
Mm.
want to say, if I can go through time, I would change bad. I had to go through that to become the man that I am today. I am a king instead of a boy. Any of those things, I am a king, royalty. You know what I'm saying? So just tell them your name and tell them what they can call you. Let them know how to say
Listen.
your name.
I'm Toni Real, y'all. Can you hear me good? I'm Toni Real, Real
Yo.
Queen Reflections. Either or is fine for me. Toni Real, Real Queen Reflections. Make sure it's one of the two. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm a soul healer. I help you heal your soul. So
Easy.
hit me up. Really, I don't have nothing more to add to that. Really, Real Queen
Okay, well,
Reflections.
I'm sounding like this, man. It's the Poet-b.gkl, brother GKL, that
Mm-hmm.
is gold, King Lio'lf. And I do mean Lio'lf and not life, because I am Lio'lf, lion and wolf. And make sure you go ahead and tap into that infinite mind of life. If you ain't got the book, go get somebody else's book that's just as great. It's a lot of authors around here that need y'all support, up and coming authors as well. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all always. Giving positive vibes to you and your family. If you lost anybody at any time, I would say rise in peace to anybody that has lost their
Mm-hmm.
lives through all this pandemic and things that has happened. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. I'm going to tap on up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Peace and love, y'all. All right,
I
King.
see. All right.